Good morning. Thank you for having coffee with Sheila today. What I wanted to talk about today are short sale lenders and kind of my rating for some of those lenders with regards to short sales. Bank of America, the big guy, it's going to take them anywhere from 5 to 12 weeks to make a decision once you initiate the short sale in the Equator system. Now, the only two types of short sales with Bank of America that you cannot use the Equator platform are FHA and VA loans, the government loans. Now, 5 to 12 weeks for FHA, that is not accurate. You're going to be looking at months just because the volume coming in their door right now is so insurmountable, they can't keep up with the requests. So it takes them forever to get that short sale moving. The one critical key is if you've got an FHA Bank of America short sale, you need to get the seller to contact Bank of America, and they need to really initiate the short sale process, because first Bank of America will want to look at them for any other loan workout options before they will recommend a short sale to that seller. So it's not an automatic. It's not the seller calls up and says, hey, I want to do a short sale. That's not the way FHA wants the servicers to process their files. FHA recommends the servicer to review that file or review that homeowner for other loan workout options. So keep that in mind. But most FHAs that I'm dealing with Bank of America only. So I don't know why other servicers are doing much better than Bank of America on FHA, but they are. You're looking at 3 to 4 months minimum. And it could be longer because it's going to get stalled. But if it gets stalled, you're going to need to escalate that. The only way I get a Bank of America FHA short sale going is to get a VP from Bank of America involved. But I have documentation. I mean, I don't get them, I don't cry wolf at the beginning of the file. But if it becomes ridiculous that nothing is moving forward, that's when I would contact the VP within Bank of America and ask for their help. And they have. They've gotten that file moving for me. But a typical traditional or even co-op or HAFA short sale conventional mortgage, it's going to take them anywhere from 5 to 12 weeks to process the file and get a decision to you with regards to if they'll approve that short sale or not. Now, Chase is good. I mean, they've really stepped up. It used to take them 60 to 120 days to review a short sale and make a decision. Their timeline now is, I would say, 35 to 60 days maximum. Typically it's in the 45 range, but I kind of like to give it a little leeway just in case they're going for HAFA. They're going to have a few more weeks to review that file. Wells Fargo First Mortgage, they too are trying to get better at short sales. They've got a 3-level process just like Bank of America does in the Equator platform, the software that they use. It's not good. I mean, if they had one person that could review the file and be accountable for the file and make a decision on that file, that was more successful with Wells Fargo, where it took them 30 to 45 days. But now it's taking them 3 to 4 months to process a short sale just because they're overloaded. And I hear that, you know, overtime is mandatory. They've been told that they need to get these files pushed through the loss mitigation department as quickly as possible. I've not seen that happen yet. And I know back in June of this year that short sales were supposed to get quicker and have a decision in 30 days. That's not happening yet, so I just want to forewarn you of that. Worst short sale lenders at this time. U.S. Bank. I'm working on one 7.5 months later. Still working on it. That's just ridiculous. So the higher ups, you know, the guys running the financial institution really need to make some changes, because the way they're handling it, their process, their procedure, it's not working, it's broken, it needs fixed. Loan Care, another terrible short sale lender. I have had one that I've had to reopen 3 times, and I've been following it very closely. I call at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week, just to make sure that the file is on track. Called last Friday. The rep escalated the file since nothing had been happening on it. Told me to call in Tuesday. There should be some updated notes in the system. I called Tuesday. Oh yes, that file was closed due to required documents we never received. Now, I've been calling since the 14th of September, and no additional documents have been required. Everything was complete, it was in review with the processor, and they were supposed to take 30 days, and that did not happen. So you've got to watch and don't assume these lenders are processing your short sale. Don't just send it over there and not babysit that file. You want to call at least once a week, and sometimes once a week is not good enough. You might want to call on Monday and call on Friday to get updates. And also another thing to keep in mind, if you are the listing agent, that you keep the selling agent advised, regardless of what you know. If you don't have anything to share with them, tell them what you've done to try and escalate that file to get information on it. Let them be part of this process, because if you don't keep them involved, you're going to lose that buyer. And if you lose that buyer, most of these lenders require that you start the short sale process all over again. And that's not fun. You know, just was in it for 3-4 months, lose the buyer. Now you got to go back to the beginning again and start over. Not a good thing. So just keep that in mind. Wells Fargo Home Equity is the last lender I wanted to talk about. They are absolutely wonderful. They've got the process down smooth. 30-45 days is excessive with, you know, typically it's less than 30 days. They do a wonderful job. They have one single point of contact that file is assigned to. If the file changes, it's not a big deal. You're not starting over. You may need updated financials from the seller, but that person becomes responsible for the file, which is wonderful. And that's the way it works. That's what's successful, not these 3-level process or negotiator closer, because somewhere along the line, information is not given to those individuals that are so, you know, so important to that file. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Friday.